Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Bunch of Nuts podcast. This is Dan. I'm here with Big Cass. Big Cass, before we even start the recap of the Western Michigan game, I owe everyone a mullet. I uh I owe everyone a mullet. It's coming in January. Everyone,
In January.
can you see it? Can you take a look now at the back of my head? Look, it's coming. We're gonna get the John Wick mullet. I want to shout out Quinn Ewers for a job well done against Michigan. I am that's the one pick in bet that I am glad I lost, thrilled
I,
I lost,
I
and
I think this week when I do the graphic for our Buckeye leaves, I'm gonna put honorable mention Buckeye leave Quinn Ewers just to
absolutely,
get just to get just to get those team up north fans riled up again.
absolutely.
They've been kind of quiet. They've been kind of quiet, so we need to get them riled up again.
I'm loving all the if you go on social media like on TikTok, I'm loving all the posts and it's like someone died. It's so funny how emotional. And they're like, the last 3 years have been the most incredible ride ever. And that is why I love this team so much. And it's like someone died. It's the funniest.
What do we expect? We lost this, we lost that. What we lost? It's like Ohio State loses that stuff every year.
I was told that Michigan wasn't gonna fall off and that Michigan was gonna, you know,
And the thing is they may not fall off. They might get better.
that is true. That is very true. For all we know, Texas could be the best team in college football, and maybe Michigan finishes 10-2 or something. And
Yeah.
maybe
You
Texas is
never.
the best team in the history of college football. We don't know. It's still early, but
It's still really early.
they looked inept.
Yeah, they look bad.
Offensively, they look terrible.
Yeah,
Their
they look
kicker's good.
bad.
I'm not gonna lie. Their kicker's a beast. He's pretty reliable. He is definitely the best player on that offense. I think it's safe to say Loveland's good too. The Don, he's not the Don anymore.
Could
Um,
you say EA Sports cover athlete curse?
you can make the argument. Hey, James Peoples is having a better season. And so shout out
Yeah,
Mr. Peoples, put on. But like I said, it's Saturday. It was a perfect day of
still
college
early.
football, in my opinion. We had
Uh-oh.
Michigan lose. We had
Got some cut off.
oh,
Got some cut off.
we lost Cass. Hold on, let me pause it real quick. All right, we got Cass back. That was weird. Technical difficulties. We're like the Michigan offense out here. Can't do anything right. But back to my point. Saturday was the perfect day of college football, brother. We got Michigan losing. That was fantastic. We had Notre Dame go. And the crazy part is I didn't even watch the upset because I was making my way down to the shoe. I turned on that game. I saw Notre Dame had a little lead, I think, and I was like, "Oh, this one's over." Okay, like I didn't even bother flipping back to it, and so I completely missed that. I'm not sure if you saw any of that.
Yeah, I watched it and it was bad. It was bad. Hats off to Northern Illinois. Hats off.
But the running joke now, I think, on this show is just you just got to say you got to love the job that Marcus Freeman's doing in Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I feel like the media they hype him up every year. That's what they say about him. Like, oh, we love the job Marcus Freeman's doing at Notre Dame. Well, I love the job he's doing. I don't think the Notre Dame fans love the job he's doing.
Future defensive line coach at Ohio State.
Yeah, yeah, possibly. I honestly don't know if we would even take him for the D line. Definitely linebacker.
But James Laurinaitis is there, and we know what he's doing with the linebackers right now.
Yeah. But it was just a great day. We got to the horseshoe, and I know it was Western Michigan. The shoe was bumping. It was a rowdy night game. I thought great atmosphere. Basically a sold out game. It felt like for Western Michigan, and it was just the fans were out, the staff like usual, fantastic. The weather too, bro. It got into the 50s. We had to wear like hoodies and sweats, and we brought
That's why I've been fighting a cold.
yeah. it was a perfect day of football, man. And I'm going to break
Perfect.
down some Western
Yeah.
Michigan.
Perfect weekend of football to turn into a crappy week for me, if that makes sense.
I feel like everyone's getting sick this time of the year with the weather and all that. Um, but back to the game. So Ohio State, I thought, did amazing. I mean, I get that we dropped to number 3 in the polls just because of the big win by Texas. I can accept that. That's fine. But I think
All it matter
I think we're the best team in the country right now.
all it matters is where we're at come December.
I agree. And
So
I would be arguing. I would be arguing more if it was the 14 playoff. I'd be we did not deserve to drop a spot because that positioning is more critical.
yeah.
With the 12 team, it doesn't really matter as much. I'm not losing sleep
It
over falling a spot back because in my heart, what I saw Saturday, that this team is legit.
if you really break it down, there's only 3 teams that can legitimately win a national championship. That's the top 3 teams, and it's not even close. Like there's a huge drop off. Like in reality, there's a huge drop off. Uh, there's a huge drop off between the 3 teams: Texas, Ohio State, Georgia. Like, and the thing is Georgia and Texas are going to cancel each other out. Like, you can't sit there and say that Alabama, who was going into the fourth quarter only up 17-16, and then Notre Dame lost to a MAC school. Michigan got demolished. Oregon took a late kickoff return for a touchdown to win, and luckily heads up play by an Oregon teammate,
To
because if
jump on the
not, that
ball.
could have been touchback for Boise State.
Which
It,
which was a crazy catch because when I was watching that game and I was up till 2 a.m. Saturday, well, into Sunday watching that. And I thought the ball was clearly out. And I was like, why? How is it not a touchback? How is it? And clearly I just was tired and I didn't realize an Oregon player recovered it. But that ball was out, bro.
yeah, it was out. And then I think the only team that's really in the Big Ten, I mean, Penn State struggled with Bowling Green. And right now, the only team I think sees threatening Ohio State, and we're going to find out what type of team they are next week, is USC.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are on the Nebraska train, but yeah, Nebraska is going to be undefeated when they come into the shoe. But in reality, freshman quarterback going to have to play in a hostile environment against Ohio State. They beat a really bad Colorado team. Like Colorado is bad. And in the Big Ten, USC right now is that team I think has enough offense to keep up with Ohio State. The problem is this defense is so freaking good. I don't care who you play. You give up only 5 yards of total defense, 5 yards of total offense in the second half when you're playing majority of the game. Second half, you're playing third and fourth stringers. You give up 5 total yards in the second half. 5.
So there's a couple points I want to touch on. Real quick, I just want to say this. Oregon, I'm not counting them out yet.
Oh no, I'm not either.
I'm not saying they're good. They're for sure a title contender. I think they're my next tier with like Tennessee. Like they could definitely make a run. The thing with Oregon, I'm getting the vibe is, and then we'll go right into the game. The thing with Oregon, I get the vibe is they're gonna win games. They're gonna win these games, but it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be pretty. They're not gonna get the style points, but they might go. They at the end of the day, they're gonna be there. And like, I don't think they're going to be what scares me about Oregon is I don't think people are going to give them the respect that they were getting in the preseason, but they're still going to get the results. So it's going to be kind of weird how that plays out. So I'm not done with Oregon yet.
I'm not either.
But back to the game. Yeah, the defense, brother, insane. And I think there was 2 plays in that game that I want to highlight. One offensively, one defensively. The offensive play was a Jeremiah Smith touchdown.
Oh,
The most insane, and I know you said, "Oh, I wanted to see a kickoff return or a punt return for a touchdown." That was just as good. I mean,
yeah.
you took on 6 defenders. I have never seen an Ohio State wide receiver do that. I was losing my mind. I was texting you. I just, I've never seen that happen. It just, he's different, man.
Yeah,
And
he is.
when it gets to the playoff time, when you're playing teams with speed, He's got speed. And yeah, he's probably the fastest guy on the field. And number two, the second play I thought was really cool and important was the Caleb Downs just coming out of nowhere and just basically making a tackle for loss on a run play. And we haven't seen much of Caleb Downs yet, but that's kind of like a little appetizer what's to come because I feel like our defense has been so good. Caleb really hasn't gotten these opportunities, but when he gets the opportunities, he's going to make the play. So I'm jacked up about what I saw Saturday. This team looks big. This team looks fast. This team looks primed. I love the trajectory that they're on. And last thing, I'll let you have the floor. I just feel like number 3 for this team is so disrespectful because last year Michigan won the national championship. Outside of Bama, Ohio State was really the only team that kind of gave them a fight. I would say Ohio State gave them more of a fight than Bama because we were at their place on the road as opposed to a neutral place, and we had the ball at the end to win. We almost, if McCord doesn't get hit, maybe we win that. I think we win that, honestly, on that throw. So I think and then the fact that we're returning all our starters back and we get Downs and Judkins and Will Howard, I don't understand why this team is still being disrespected. We haven't given up a touchdown all year yet. The offense looks fantastic. I just don't get it, man.
106 to what is it? 106 to 3 or 6?
6.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, Ty Hamilton is a beast. We already know that. It's so strong up front. This defensive line is so deep. Caden McDonald was a monster. I think perfect NIL deal for Caden McDonald is McDonald's. Think about the Big Mac. Think about the Big Mac commercials you can make with Caden McDonald. Perfect, or a double quarter pounder with cheese. Like, you know what I mean? What I was so impressed with was the offensive line came out, took over the game, and just dominated. That's the offensive line we've been waiting to see for the last 2 years. And I don't care who we played. This Western Michigan team was beating Wisconsin in the fourth quarter.
No, this game was a good barometer. And I think this team, the Western Michigan team, is a better team than Akron. But the way it just kind of matched up, they have nothing really on offense. So our defense is going to blanket them, it felt like. What I love, too, about this game, we got a little adversity at times. I like that Burke got thrown out. The call was terrible. We all agree. I just like that we had that happen now, though, and it's in the first half, so he's not going to be suspended for the next game or anything like that. Because it gave us we got one of our best players out of the game early. Because at that point we were up like 21-0. We didn't need him. It's fine. The game was won. I don't care. Like I know that sounds extremely cocky, but the game was won. And it just kind of gave our defense a taste of adversity. Hey, target penalty, we got to rotate some guys in, get some of our younger corners to play and all that. And then also that run on the Judkins touchdown run, which was insane, that got called back. I can't believe they called that back on the hold. But the fact that
hold.
the fact that we still went down the field and scored. It's just the adversity that this team faced, and it wasn't crazy adversity, but it was just seeing how they responded.
I was glad that this wasn't a completely perfect game too. There was some times where, like, Will Howard, the ball slipped out of his hands, the one that he missed Jeremiah Smith on. There's some things on there that are fixable, like Jaden Ballard calling fair catch on the 3-yard line. Like, yeah.
That was boneheaded. I don't understand why that.
He's about to lose his job to Brandon Ennis. I think Brandon Ennis is going to be the kick returner. And I like the fact that, there was a little adversity for Brandon Ennis at punt return. Like, they kept kicking the ball short, high and short. And that's genius.
There was one punt. I think it was the first punt where he had to run up and catch it. If the outside guy makes the block and he catches that and bounces that, it was a touchdown. Like, he was so close to scoring on one of them. And they obviously did a good job getting him down and tackling. But if we made one, maybe 2 blocks, he was gone.
Yeah. For sure. Sorry.
You're good. And then the backups played. And I was very pleased with the backups.
Mason Maggs took a run. took a handoff from Lincoln Keenels.
He got he got 3 yards.
Yeah, like
That hyped me. I mean, look. I was long gone by then because we brought Troy for his first game, and but yeah, I was listening to it on the radio, trying to see what backups were in. Shout out Bennett Christian, like that was an awesome play, big time
Julian said,
touchdown
what
catch.
the balls on Chip Kelly? You're up big, and you still go for 4th and 2, and you throw it, and Julian Sand throws a dot to Bennett Christian. I mean,
I'm loving Chip Kelly's offense. The way
yeah, I love the RPOs, and it's so different. I love it. I love it because you just saw a little flash of what Will Howard can do on the RPOs with possibly running the ball. It's going to be a lot of fun.
The RPOs are nasty, especially when they get these tight ends motioning too.
When's the last time you saw Ohio State run a 4 tight end set?
just the way he's motioning these.
Probably had to go back to Woody Hayes era. Like
Will Kazmarek made a couple first down catches.
G. Scott.
G. Scott. Here's my question. Does Bennett Christian make a push now for a little more playing time after that catch?
I think it's Bennett Christian, G. Scott, and Jelani Thurman's playing well. I think all 4 of them. I think all 4 of them are really playing
I
some
agree.
spots here. I think G. Scott's improved his blocking. But if you really want to look at who improved their blocking, look at Quinshon Judkins' first touchdown. Josh Fryer, the best block I had ever seen that man have. Ever. On a run play.
Seth McLaughlin looks fantastic too.
Dude, when he waved in that one picture that's going on, he's waving as the dude's touchdown. Oh, keep in mind, you know who's having snap issues? Jalen Milroe.
Yeah, you know
So
what? It wasn't McLaughlin. And McLaughlin had an injured hand last year too. People forget. I don't think it's McLaughlin at all.
No, I think it's Milroe's cadence.
Which it's funny. I had a buddy who actually went to the USF Bama game, and he was putting in the group chat. According to him, what he saw, he said that Milroe can't throw. And I don't know if I agree with that, but like I'm gonna believe someone's eye test. And he was just saying that Milroe literally cannot throw, which I found not crazy, but I found that interesting.
Yeah. Time to hand out some Buckeye Leafs. I love this segment. I really do. I don't know who went first last week, but here we go.
Yeah. I guess I'll go first. I'm going. I feel like the star on offense of the night. Number 1 himself, Quinshon Judkins, should have had 3 touchdowns on the night and almost 200 yards rushing. He had 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, but just he was dynamic. He is special, bro. He really is. So I'm going Quinshon as my 1 Buckeye Leaf on offense.
My offense, Josh Fryer. Actually, I'm going the whole offensive line. Seth McLaughlin, they all played well. I'm going offensive line.
Whole offensive line. I like it. On defense, this is tough. I'm going to go. This is so tough, bro. There's so many guys. I'm going to go Caleb Downs. He had the second most tackles on the team, and honestly probably made the defensive play of the night with that, coming up from the safety spot. So I'll go Caleb Downs. So I have a theme, just a transfer portal, guys.
I'm going. Ooh, defense is so tough.
Because everyone played so well on defense, but there wasn't one like clear standout. So like you can make an argument for literally 15 guys on defense.
So tough. So tough. Um, whew, I don't want to give it to Jack Sawyer quite yet. I love Jack Sawyer, you know that. Don't want to give it to Cody Simon yet. I don't want to give it to uh Sonny Styles. I'm going the Big Mac himself, Caden McDonald.
I like it. I like it.
Special teams might be tough too, though.
I think we can only give out one for special teams, to be honest. I mean,
I got Lorenzo Styles.
oh, okay. And why do you have Lorenzo Styles?
He was just all over the place. Like he had a few tackles, and he was in the right place at the right time. Made some key blocks.
I mean, I do see he had 3 tackles on the day. Lorenzo, were those all special teams? Did he even play corner? I literally
He
was,
played corner a little bit.
but okay. No, I like that. I'm gonna go. Got it last week, but I'm gonna go again. Joe McGuire, 3 punts, 134 total yards, a long punt of 47 yards, and he got one inside the 20. And let me pull up his average. Hold on, a little quick math. Cass, what's 134 divided by 3? It is 44.6 a punt. That's not bad, man. Not bad. I think I know Nick McLarty got a punt in, but his was only 35 yards. So, I mean, McGuire's averaging almost 10 yards more. So, I think he's won the job. I mean, what are your thoughts?
I think you're right. I think you're right there with it.
I mean, and it's nothing against McLarty. I thought this was his win and stuff, but when you're looking at just the numbers, it's McGuire. McGuire's doing a fantastic job, and even week 1 he did a fantastic job. I mean, I gotta say, I think we have 2 punters, which is great. So an injury happens, we're okay. But I'm just very very impressed by McGuire, man.
Yeah. I I mean it's really hard to predict. So
Tua threw another pick.
who did? Tua?
He has Tua on the night. Tua interceptions on the night so far. But back to the Buckeyes. So obviously they're off this week. It's a bye week.
Boo. It's not a bye week, it's a get better week, according to the Buckeyes.
I had a joke. I was gonna tweet out. I was gonna tweet out for Saturday, but I was just gonna say, man, this corner going up against Jeremiah Smith is really good because he's holding him to 0 yards. His name is bye week. No, it's very corny, I know.
And the slate of games suck too.
I think the best game is probably
Tomorrow night.
yeah. Well, Kansas State versus
Or
Arizona.
tonight, whenever however you're listening.
Yeah. I mean, Bama, Wisconsin will be decent.
For the first half.
That could be good. Oregon State will be fun.
The fact that game days in South Carolina for LSU, South Carolina should tell you something. When they should be in Missouri for Boston College, Missouri.
That's going to be an interesting game.
Yeah. Or Oregon State, Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this. The picks.
Let's get into it because I mean, obviously, we gave out our Buckeye leaves.
Yeah, my picks were bad last week. I went 2-3.
I won a week finally, 3-2. I'm exactly 500 on the year. Cass is 9-7. I am 9-7.
I thought I was 9-5.
9-5.
Or so no.
Yeah.
We've done 5 games a week, right? Oh no, because the first week 0, we didn't do 5 games.
Yeah, no, I think you're 9-5 and I'm 7-7. I'm 2 behind you. We did the math. I'm 2 behind you.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. 5 games this week. Cass, I guess I'll let you go first if you have a game you want to go with.
Arizona, Kansas State. Kansas State's a 7-point favorite against Arizona. It's in Manhattan, New Manhattan. I like Kansas State to cover.
I like Arizona, bro. Arizona's been really kind of a wagon. They've really impressed me. They have McMillan. They didn't have a great game against Northern Arizona. I'm taking them with the points, absolutely though.
All right. Alabama, Wisconsin. Alabama's a 16-point favorite. Wisconsin has not looked good. Has not.
Neither.
So,
Yes, you are right.
but Alabama struggled to get. I like the Crimson Tide to cover. And I hope I lose this one. I really do, but something I just don't. It's not a good look right now for that Wisconsin being 2-0 right now, but they've looked bad. I like Crimson Tide.
So I'm gonna go with Wisconsin here. I think I think that the matchup itself. Because if Milrow can't throw, they're gonna have to run it. If Wisconsin can sell out and stop the run, they might have something. They might have something, I think. We saw Bama struggle against USF. This isn't Nick Saban coaching them. I like DeBoer. I think he's a good coach, but he's not. I don't think he's going to get on him as much as Saban does. So I'm going to take Wisconsin here.
Boston College, Missouri. Mizzou is a 16-point favorite. Boston College is playing very well. I like Missouri to win, but I don't think they cover. Give me Boston College to cover the spread.
I'm going to go Missouri. I know I'm taking all the opposite picks as you. I'm going Missouri.
This is a get right week. This is where Dan can possibly jump ahead of me.
I'm going Missouri. And my logic is with Missouri, people are saying they're one of the best teams. But also, Boston College is, I think, overrated because of the Florida State win. And it's the same thing that happened with Georgia Tech, where Georgia Tech beat Florida State and then got, Syracuse handled them pretty, not easily, but they were in control. I felt like mostly. I watched that whole game, by the way. Not the whole. I was flipping between Michigan and Syracuse, but I just think that Boston College is overrated because of that. And it's Missouri. It's at Missouri. Give me Missouri and all the points, bro. I mean, they can make this spread 20. I'm taking Missouri. I think Missouri wins big.
All right. I just sent you an updated version of the Buckeye Leafs because I forgot the one. Honorable mention, Buckeye Leaf.
Oh yeah. There's also some spelling. I got it.
There is?
Yeah. McGuire's with a G. Judkins. Cass is on the NyQuil right now.
Yes.
I can tell.
Yes.
It's all right, brother. I love you, brother.
Oh my God, that's bad.
Oh, that was funny. All right. What game are we on? I completely lost.
Purdue, Notre Dame.
I like Notre Dame. I don't even know what the spread is. This is a get right week for them. Whatever it is, they're covering it.
It's a 9-point. Purdue's a 9-point underdog.
Yeah, no, I like Notre Dame.
Yeah, I like Notre Dame. 9.5 points.
We're in agreement with that one.
Yeah. And then the last one.
Civil War. We gotta do.
You want to do the Civil War? I was looking at Tulane, Oklahoma, because Oklahoma's a 13-point favorite.
Um.
But the Civil War is in Oregon State.
Oh, it's tough, man.
16.5 point favorite. Oregon has yet to cover.
I don't know.
The Beavers do it? Do the Beavers do it?
How about this? How about we each individually pick one? We do one each.
Well, I'm actually intrigued about this Civil War now more than the Tulane, Oklahoma.
Okay, let's do Civil War.
That's a lot of points, especially when you have it covered against Boise State or Idaho. I don't know what Oregon State has though.
The problem is, I just feel like they're so depleted from everything that's happened, but they've looked good.
Give me the Ducks.
Shut out last week, and I mean, I think they have a legit defense.
Give me the Ducks.
I'll take the Beavs. Let's see it, because Corvallis. You know what?
I don't know. You know what? I'm sweet. I like it. You've convinced me. I like the Beavers too.
Okay,
I don't think they're gonna win.
No, but this game means this is their season, because they left the Pac-12. Well, Oregon left the Pac-12. They feel slighted. Yeah, this is a revenge game. This is Oregon State. This is speaking to this game shouldn't be at 3:30 though on Fox. This needs to be at like 10 p.m.
It can't be on NBC. So should be the 8 o'clock game on Fox.
Yeah.
What is the 8 o'clock game on Fox? Nothing. Maybe baseball. All Saturday night baseball.
Why is that a thing? If it's not the playoff.
Let's see. Who's on Saturday night baseball on Fox?
Georgia versus Kentucky is a 7:30. That's like the big game. Not to be political, I can't wait for Georgia to lose a game so I can use the Trump debate audio of him saying they're eating the dogs.
The cats and dogs.
Cats and dogs. Yeah, the wild cats and the dogs.
Either way. Oh, man.
If Ohio State's in the national championship, petition to put the game in Springfield, Ohio. Because if Georgia can get a game in Atlanta for any time they want, we need to put it in Springfield, Ohio, and we just need to say we're going to eat the dogs.
Do you have our picks written down?
They're up here.
Okay, I got Kansas State, Notre Dame, Oregon State. What was the other two that we picked?
I completely. I'll put it together.
Boston College. I picked Boston College over Missouri. Like not to win, but
yeah.
And then there was one more.
It was.
There was 3 that we had separate. Oh, Alabama, Wisconsin.
Alabama, yeah. Alabama. We have we did all the early games. We did Alabama, Wisconsin. We did the Arizona game, the Alabama game, the Boston College game, the Oregon game, and we're really
I'm on the NyQuil.
I'm just stupid. Notre Dame. There we go. Yeah. All right. We got him. Oh my God. How many Buckeyes does it take to count to 5? 2.
There, I just sent you mine.
Oh man, it's been a week. We needed this bye week, brother.
It's a get right week.
It is. But that's all I got for this week's episode. Enjoy the weekend. Take your family to the pumpkin patch. Go apple picking. Get your chores done. Because after this next 10 weeks, we're locking in. Go Bucks.
Go Bucks.